Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show, and I'm here to talk about, Smackdown here tonight, the Smackdown after WrestleMania, and I thought tonight was a good show. A lot of good stuff from tonight. It kind of feels different with Cody's champion now on Friday nights, Monday nights. Well, not really Monday nights, because he's always on Raw, but it's kind of going to be different on SmackDown. People will have their opinions. He did have a hell of a suit on, though. And I don't know, I don't know why it feels different. I guess it feels different because Roman had the belt for over, 3 years, and now Cody is the champion. So, it kind of feels different, but I think people will get used to it. I don't know why, I guess it'll bore the hell out of people, but Roman's reign was getting historic as well, but it got exhausted last half a year. I don't think he's boring, but people have their opinions. But the belt looks made for him, to be honest, but if it's changing, he'll probably go to the Winged Eagle. I love the Winged Eagle, but I think it's a good different. The only thing I didn't like was the, excuse my cursing, I don't know what's gone into me. I don't really, I guess it's a little nitpicky. I think it's the corner. I know people be like, oh, they have to stop with the Cody promos open show. People get tired of it. I think it's just the week after Mania. It won't happen much after. I think this is just the 2 after he won the belt. So I don't think he'll be a weekly thing, honestly. I don't think it'll be a weekly thing. I think it's just crowning him as basically the face of the company on Raw and SmackDown. He's great, but it just, I don't know, it feels weird because he had the same champion for 4 years. Now you have a new champion, but I'm glad we do. He's the champ, right call. But just a breath of fresh air moving forward on SmackDown. I know people will still be like, oh, I'm still nervous fans will turn on him and stuff like that. People said that for 2 years, and it hasn't happened. And I like that he done the, who told you it's open mic night, bitch. Throwing it back to his wife, Brandy Rhodes. But he basically opened the show. And kind of talking about his next challenger, because there's 2 triple threat that this show. That they'll go one-on-one next week. Winner faces him at Backlash in France. So yeah, that kicked off the show. And Bloodline locker room, basically it's took over. Now that was Roman Reigns' locker room. And now it's Cody Rhodes' locker room. And Cody Rhodes did say he would take everything from Roman Reigns. His belt. And now his locker room. And then next we have a triple threat between Santos Escobar, Bobby Lashley, and L.A. Knight. Yeah. And L.A. Knight deservedly gets the win and moves on to next week. And one of the 2 competitors. And to see who will face Cody Rhodes at Backlash. Pretty good triple threat. Both triple threats I thought tonight were very good. You had a Legado Fantasma, or whatever the fuck their name is. And then here comes LWO, to even the odds. Or not, excuse me, the Pride. Excuse me. But LA Knight hits the BFT, Blunt Force Trauma, for the win. So, pretty good match there, the first match of the night. And the Bloodline promo, I was just expecting a promo here, and I wasn't expecting a betrayal tonight. And the only thing that was listed on the spoilers was Bloodline segment. But it was reported that Tama Tonga was in Detroit. So I really shouldn't have been surprised, but I was kind of surprised. Because I really didn't know much about this guy. But I guess he's related to the Bloodline, so I think we're going to get like the OG bloodline versus the new bloodline. Maybe with a Tonga, Solo Sikoa, The Rock, against maybe like Jimmy Uso, Jey Uso, Roman Reigns, something like that. Or just something like that. I'm not saying it's going to happen, just throwing out an idea. Yeah, basically what happened, Solo Sikoa betrayed Jimmy Uso, gave him a hug, and then he walked away, but Tonga attacks him from behind, and basically betrays Jimmy Uso, looking to take over the bloodline, as Roman Reigns lost, and he feels consequences need to be had. And Tama Tonga destroyed Jimmy Uso, making his debut. Solo broke Paul Heyman's phone as he tried to call Roman Reigns, stomped on his phone. Paul Heyman didn't know to wear sheer white his watch. Just what a tremendous segment right there. One of the best things on the show. And that was fantastic. I think this is where you're seeing the new story here is beginning. The new story. And maybe a bloodline civil war begins. And by the orders of the final boss. Says the orders of the tribal chiefs. Probably orders by The Rock. The final boss. So you can have like Rock, Solo, Tonga, Jacob Fatu versus maybe Roman, Jimmy J, maybe Seth Rollins. You could throw in there. But we're definitely in the Triple H era now. Excellent storytelling. And this was all a Solo. And Paul Heyman isn't going to know what side to join whenever Roman Reigns comes back. We're probably not going to see Jimmy for a few weeks just like Roman. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm just looking forward to see what's next in this story. But yeah, probably not gonna see Jimmy and probably Roman for. We're not, at least not gonna see Jimmy for weeks. Roman's probably be out for a few months. But yeah, that's all that. Cameron Grimes versus Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker wins this in what, like 2 minutes? Like 1-2 minutes. Dominant performance from Braun Breaker, I guess. Cameron Grimes getting buried. I didn't like the theme song. It doesn't fit Braun Breaker. I like the one with the sirens. This one just doesn't fit him. Death Rebel is just terrible. WWE needs to get rid of Death Rebel. Like, most of their themes are literally the same and generic. Besides, like, a few theme songs that sound good. So Bailey is out there. Got the promo basically thanking the fans. And here's our next challenger for next week. Naomi and Tiffany Stratton come out there, then they have a match. And basically the winner gets a title match next week on Smackdown. We're already getting some good stuff next week for Smackdown. LA Knight, yeah. Versus the winner of the second triple threat match I'll get into. And now Naomi beats Tiffany Stratton and gets a title match next week. So we're already looking at a good Smackdown for next week. We are eating good next week. So A-Town Damn video package. And then and then not really much words from Paul Heyman. Backstage.
Paul, first and foremost, is Jimmy okay?
And they asked him if Jimmy's okay. He shakes his head no. Tonga's back there. Solo Sikoa showing the thumb. I think that's good. Paul will have to either pick sides again, either babyface Roman or Rock side. But I'm all here for it. I felt the Universal title doesn't even have to matter towards this storyline. That doesn't mean Cody's a boring champ. Roman's reign is going to be hard to follow by anyone. And the bloodline is probably one of the hottest things still, besides Cody to me. But this storyline with the bloodline doesn't need the title. It just doesn't need the title, so. I think people will instantly look at, oh, babyface Roman, boo. But this is still going to be, it's going to be good guy Roman, but still like a badass Roman, not the big dog. This isn't the big dog Roman. This is the tribal chief. He'll still probably be the tribal chief, but instead a good guy. But maybe he could be a tweener. Maybe. But yeah, Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair beat Chelsea Green and Piper Niven in like 1 minute. Yeah, basically same few moves Jade's done in the first few matches. They really didn't need to have this on the show. Now we get the main event with Kevin Owens versus Rey Mysterio versus AJ Styles. Another fantastic triple threat. The triple threat matches were good tonight. And AJ Styles wins. Basically, as I talked about, I think in the wrestling news, it'd probably be LA Knight, yeah, versus AJ Styles. And next week, determine the number one contender. I'm going to say it right now. I think AJ Styles will probably get the win, and the LA Knight, yeah, will cost him at Backlash. But I think it's going to be Cody Rhodes' first challenge. At WWE Backlash, AJ Styles, that's going to be a banger. AJ Styles is one of the best in the ring. Cody's a great in-ring performer. This is going to be a banger of a match if they do it. LA Knight would still even be a banger. But I think it's going to be AJ Styles because you got to have a heel versus the babyface. But a fantastic Smackdown, and the way they got to the Mania rematch with AJ in LA is 10 times better than Vince would have done it. I mean, yeah, Styles lost at Mania. Why should he get a title shot? Because he won a triple threat and then he beat LA Knight. And then he'll beat LA Knight. I was hoping they wouldn't waste time on getting to this, and I would have loved a good story. But Styles' comments about retiring soon, pretty sad to hear. But I'm just looking forward when Cody feuds with Randy Orton. That's gonna be a generational feud. But yeah, good Smackdown. 8 out of 10. The main event of Backlash being Cody and AJ should be a banger. And I love how Triple H is immediately putting AJ Styles one of the top heels in this new era. And I think it's the perfect first feud for Cody because it's going to be a great match with the Bullet Club backstory. And crazy how the Bullet Club members are still cooking WWE. But yeah. So, show fucking furthers. Like, there's a lot of story while having good in-ring action. I'll give it an 8 out of 10 tonight. Really enjoyed it. I don't think the episode was weird. I mean, maybe Tiffany Stratton losing could turn into a triple threat, and AJ versus Knight continue their feud to then get a shot at the WWE title. Good stories tonight, good wrestling. So yeah, it's really all to say here. So until next time, have a lot. Peace.